There are about 14 million Jewish people who practice Judaism around the world. 6 million of them live in Israel, followed closely by the USA, with a Jewish population of just under 6 million. Also, a large number of these Jewish people have traveled to different countries and territories across the globe to settle down and start trading. Apart from these Jewish people, there are other tribes of Israel that dispersed and blended in with local people around the world, but they still preserve their own culture and strictly follow the Torah, waiting for their time to return to the Promised Land. 12 tribes of Israel trace their ancestry directly from Jacob, who was the grandson of Abraham, the ancestor of the Jewish people and the Abrahamic religions. The 12 tribes are Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, and the Yosef tribe, which makes up the Ephraim and the Manasseh tribes. This week, Spirit of Asia uncovers one of the lost tribes of Israel in the land of seven sisters, India. Lost tribe of Israel.
Well, our forefathers, they took part in building this Great Wall of China.
Grandfathers, they used to tell about the story that this people keep actually coming from this China Great Wall, then coming down to Burma, then to this present-day India, Manipur.
And Chinese king came and bought you in AD 75. And from AD 75, we were used to build the Great Wall of China till 1050 AD. 975 years.
"2,000 Bnei Menashe people live in Manipura, one of the seven sister states in the northeast of India. On this trip, we come to Janpu, the second largest city of Manipura state, to celebrate the Purim festival with the Bnei Menashe community. The center of the Bnei Menashe community is Beth Shalom Synagogue, which is supported by the Shaway Israel Foundation, an organization that assists lost Jews with applying for the Aliyah program in order to obtain the right to return to the Promised Land.
The population right here in our synagogue, Beth Shalom Bivengum, we are right now around 167 households. And the total population from babies to the old, we are around 760 people, approximately 760. We have this particular synagogue, the members of this synagogue, we gather here, but those in and around Jerusalem, they have their own synagogue, they gather in their own synagogues. So as far as this synagogue is concerned, all the members, we gather here for the high holidays and Sabbath and all the high holidays and all, we gather here. In this synagogue, what do we call that? We have our local society and all, local administration, it belongs to them. And also, Savvy Israel helps us a lot in regarding teaching as well as how to learn these books and all, sidurs and all, tefillin and all, everything we need during these prayers and all. So everything is provided by Salvation Jews. So regarding Aliyah, I think more than 4,000 people, 4,000 Bnei Menashe, they already migrated to Israel. So they are living in Israel. As far as we are concerned right now, we have this interview for making Aliyah. So we have interview according to the batch. I'm still waiting for Aliyah. So I have already passed my interview in 2015. So I'm still waiting for it, but who knows when it might be. I was hoping that I'll be making Aliyah last year, but I'm still waiting for it, so who knows. It's according to God's will, when will I make Aliyah.
So what is actually the Aliyah process? You said like you passed the interview already. And after the interview, what is going to be next?
The next, it's like this, that they have to ask permission from the government. And then,
Do you have any in your family member already left Israel?
yeah, I have one of my uncle. He is already in Israel.
So how long did it take him?
I think he migrated from here in 2015, I guess. Yeah, 2015 as well. Around 5 years already. He's settled here.
So did you still like in contact with him?
Yeah, sometimes he called me, sometimes I called them, but life in Israel is busy. So once I reach there, according to my qualification and all, what work is suitable for me, that I'll do. Israel, they took us from here to Imphal, from Imphal to Delhi, from Delhi to Israel. So they put us in a camp. What do we call that? Not that in a camp, in a grouping center. So grouping center, and then they taught us this and that, Hebrew and all this, and then after that they provide us with some money and all, and they send us for this learning courses and all. Some who wants to go for medical courses, who want to go for this. 3-4 months they look after us. After that, you can stand on your own feet. After that, they will provide us a house. They will look which city is suitable for us. They will look for us, and then they will provide us with a house. And then after that, I will start working and I'll earn for myself.
Each member of the community is assigned a different duty, but they all have the same goal, which is to be permitted to make Aliyah.
My name is Jonathan Singson, family name Simpson, and to be precise, I'm 30 years old, and actually I was born and brought up in Nagaland. Nagaland, like the Menashe.
Yeah.
Our family, like we have been born and brought up out there. But what happened? We don't have synagogue out there, so we have to shift here. Like as you know, a Jew has to be in the community. So what happened? We have to shift here for the synagogue, the big synagogue and stuff, with the community. It's like we have to be in a minyan. So what happened? The government, the elders, they told us, like, no, even if you are out there, like born and brought up, what you have to do is like the main thing, you have to be in a community, right? So what happened? So after that, we all from Nagaland, all the Nagaland, the one who settled there, we shifted here. We moved here. Now I'm the youth, chairman of the youth, and then apart from that, I do a non-governmental job, which is like helping the Aliyah. I help the Aliyah. I take care of them from here to Delhi. So everything, accommodation, like everything to hotel and all, I take care of them. Even me, I'm hoping I will be making Aliyah by this year, frankly. And
The male members of the Bnei Menashe community are butchering cows to prepare for big meals the next day of the Purim festival. The Purim is a festival celebrating and commemorating Jewish people being saved from persecution by Haman during the ancient Persian Empire times. The Purim festival is held annually in March and it's one of the most important festivals on the Judaic calendar. Since the Jewish calendar is lunar-based, every festival officially starts after sunset or when 3 stars are visible in the sky. In the daytime hours just before the festival, the people are fasting and preparing for activities in the evening, which includes reading the book of Esther to recall her goodness. Queen Esther disclosed the cruel plot of Haman, who was an advisor to her husband, King Akashwarat. Haman planned to kill all the Jews because he was extremely jealous of Mordecai, the leader of the Jewish people at the time. He didn't know that Queen Esther was secretly a Jew. After King Akashwarat found out about Haman's plan, he was executed by the king's command, and from that point on, the Jewish people were given the right to defend themselves and destroy any people who were hostile to them. In the early morning hours of the next day, the Bnei Menashe community members gather at the synagogue to recite their morning prayer together. The prayer quorum requires at least 10 Jewish men, who are at least 13 years old, to pray together in what is called minyan. Before the rite starts, they will wear a tafillin, which is a small black leather box containing verses from the Torah on their heads, and wrap a black leather strap around the non-dominant arm of each person in the quorum. Synagogues, which are Jewish Orthodox churches, usually separate men and women to facilitate the praying, because children who are normally attached to their mothers may disturb the prayers of other worshippers. Also, Jewish women don't need a minyan, which means they don't have to pray together in a group of at least 10 adults, because it's prescribed that they can pray on their own. This is God's gift to females.
My name is Ashrit. I live in Jerusalem, in Israel, and I come to travel after I quit my job, and I arrived here for Purim, to the Bnei Menashe Kingdom. I travel in the world, and I like to see the Jewish community all over, and here it's a big community, that religion communities that want to go to Israel, and Israel do some problems with the Aliyah. And I want to meet them. I want to know and to understand what's the problem, and to see the community and feel like Purim, the Avira and the people. For me, it's very special.
When was the first time that you have heard about the Menashe?
When you like planning your trip, you look in groups and like that, so I knew I want to come. But in Israel, there is a big community, Bnei Menashe community, that live in Kiryat Arba, near Jerusalem, and I worked in Efrat, so I met some of them, and I know them. I know that there is Bnei Menashe in India, and when we have a school, like in junior school, we learn about there is like a 12 trial in Israel. So we learn about 2.5 trials that live behind the Jordan River, and we know that there is in India. So for me, again, it's exciting to meet Jewish people that have the religion and like us. They do the same like us.
Yeah. What is your first impression when you seeing them, meeting them, seeing their
Wow.
praying?
Them, for the first time that I met them, I see a wonderful people. Very religion, more than Israel. I have been in Tfilat Arvit 2 days ago. No Purim, nothing, no day special or something like that. There is so many women over there. I didn't see it in Israel. We don't go in like not Shabbat to synagogue to pray Arvit. Only maybe Shacharit, but also no. I see a Keilah that believe in God so much and want to come to Israel.
The highlights of the Purim festival are the fancy dress costumes and the feasting among the community members.
You was in Guwahati, but you come here just for holiday, right?
Yes.
Every holiday.
Yes.
But from what I heard, Jewish has a lot of holiday.
Yes, a lot of holidays. Yes. In my guess, there is some type of exemption, because the most important for Judaism is to live through, to continue to praise Hashem. So I am not able to attend Shabbat every time, every weekend, but we have prayer. As Jew has to pray three times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. So out there also I pray and I observe Shabbat in my own individually. But the most important thing is it is good to attend the congregation. But since I have no option, I have to continue in that sort of.
We say goodbye to the Bnei Menashe people at Juran Janbu city and leave for Cochin city in Kerala state on the other side of India. The oldest Jewish community in this massive nation is located in the southwest of India at Cochin city in coastal Kerala state. According to local history, the first group of Jews who settled here around 500 to 600 BC were spice merchants who traveled here to initiate trading between the kingdom of Judea, which is now Israel, and the Far East region. These Jews are called Cochin Jews or Malabar Jews.
ชาวยิวเหล่านี้มีชื่อว่า
Malabar Jews has decreased due to migration to Israel and the mortality rate. So this historical street has transformed into a tourist destination with souvenir shops.
และหลงเหลือเพียงดวงดาวแห่งเดวิด
The main symbol of Jewish identity is featured prominently on the buildings. On the other coastal side of Cochin to the east, we have an appointment with one of the remaining Malabar Jews who looks after Kadawamgabam Synagogue.
And about this synagogue built in 1200 and rebuilt in 1700 and closed down in 1972. All the Sephardim taken to Israel. And 1977 it was vandalized because local people came in, not because of the anti-Semitism. They came inside and they destroyed all the brass because
only the money matters because the brass is costly metal. So they removed everything and they destroyed it. So when I took charge, it is a tedious task. I mean, no money is required. I didn't have the money, so slowly I brought up to this. The God sent some people over there I mean, God himself cannot come. Through them, they came and donated. This synagogue, these shanties are donated by a Hindu saint, Swami Hariprasad. And the tablets, Shema Israel and the other lights, these lights are donated by a Christian. These lamps are donated by a Muslim. You will not find anywhere in the world. The ark. You will not find like this anywhere in the world. So very one and unique. All the biblical fruits are there carved. Also the local fruit and the king of fruit, mango. See, in my life, with my grandmother, she was very, very much strict in Shabbat. She will not allow to take a pen or book in Shabbat, except the Torah. When my brother now is in Israel, Shalom, if we take any pen or book rather than the Torah in Shabbat, she will shout, she will yell, Hamor, means donkey, Shote Meshuga, Krangi, Shote Meshuga. She used to shout at us. And also in Shabbat, he used to insist my father to teach Torah. And she taught us the basic. Actually, she taught us the basic. Ale, Beth, Kame, Espada, then to read and all, she taught us. And later the parasha, to read the parasha, she used to insist my father. And we didn't make use of it much. I regret it now. And Shabbat, we used to take the light from the synagogue with my brother, holding and taking in the Moshe Shabbat to lit the candle in Shabbat. Then only we put the lights.
Elias tells us about making aliyah, that he can't leave the identity of the Malabar people. If he leaves here, he believes that no one will preserve their identity and it may eventually fade away. Even though the people of Malabar and Bnei Menashe are 4,000 kilometers apart, they both have the same goal, which is having faith in the identity and the ways of God. In other words, Jewish people around the world have the same goal, regardless of how far away they are geographically from the Promised Land.
I'm partially from India and partially from Germany. I'm a mixture of the two. My mother is from Germany, my dad is from Kochi, and my mother's family originally comes from a bloodline of Holocaust survivors. Planning on going back to Germany and finish my education there, and also to spread awareness about the lost history, the real lost history of the Kachin Jewish people, which has been manipulated so grossly over the centuries. A lot of people do not understand the truth behind the rich history the Jewish people of Kochi have. This city was literally built by the Jewish people. Everything in this city, from infrastructure to business to commerce, everything has Jewish fingerprints on it. A lot of people don't know. It's been heavily, grossly manipulated by a group of people. So myself and my uncle, we plan to, right the wrongs. It's not about, writing the account and writing the new history, or not the new history, the old history. That's not the thing. It's about righting the wrongs. It's about justice and injustice, isn't it? So we intend to erase the injustices and write down the justice and show the world through videos like these and through the book that we are writing together. Bizrat Hashem will come out very soon, this year itself. So that's what we plan to do. We plan to make some ripples and let people know what the Kachini community really is and who we really are.
ไทย PBS เปิดเทอมก่อนใครเปิดห้องเรียนใหม่ให้เด็กๆได้สนุกเรียนถึงบ้าน